Hello, my name is Anthony Waite, and the topic of my speech is obesity in America. After this speech, I hope that you have a better understanding on the problem at hand that the U.S. faces as far as overweight and obesity goes. Obesity is defined as having a body mass index of 30% or greater, while being overweight is having a body mass index of 25% or greater. The body mass index is calculated by taking a person's height and weight and comparing it to the U.S. standards or charts to the normal adult. Body mass index and obesity has become a really big concern within the U.S. within the past couple of years. The big thing is healthcare within the U.S. has not relatively been too well over the last couple of years, and obesity accounting for $147 billion worth of healthcare problems within 2010. Obesity is a known factor for causing cancer, diabetes, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and coronary artery disease. 32.2% of males in America are considered obese or overweight, while the percentage rate for women tend to be relatively higher at 35%. Teenage girls in particular that are obese, years 16 through 17, 90% of them tend to stay that way through adulthood. As for men, 80% of 16 to 17-year-old boys tend to stay that way, obese, in adulthood as well. So it starts from usually a relatively younger age. Statistics show that obesity tends to follow states that are relatively poor or the unemployment rate is relatively high. Again, that is a problem that the Americans facing today with unemployment rates being high is obesity. And that is because as unemployment rates increase, the income decreases, and it's very hard for people to afford healthy types of food and buying healthy types of organic or lean cuts of meat or chicken or vegetables. It's relatively easier for them with a low budget to buy processed junk food and use that as a source of nutrition. Mississippi ranked number 1 on the obesity list in the U.S. at 33.8%, whereas Colorado ranked last at 19.8% on the obesity chart within the U.S. Mississippi is one of the poorest states within the U.S. as far as unemployment rates go and income. Colorado being relatively high, a lot of other factors tend to correlate with obesity within these states. For example, the amount of fast food chains within the area, population, of course, and also the agriculture and how easy it is to access farmlands as far as cattle, vegetables, farmers growing fruits. The harder it is to get a source of agriculture, the higher the prices are, and again, with unemployment rates rising, the obesity factor tends to rise as well because people can't afford to purchase the healthy types of food. This is important as far as youth is concerned because research has shown that 16 to 17-year-old females that are obese, 90% of them usually stay that way through adulthood. With males 16 through 17 years old that are obese, 80% tend to stay that way through adulthood as well. Overall, with all these statistics, 2/3 of Americans are considered obese and or overweight, with 34% of people aged 20 and older being overweight and obese within America. This is important that we understand the risk of obesity, not only because of the diseases that it provides or that it introduces into America, but also with the life expectancy rate tending to plummet down lower as obesity tends to rise. And this is something that you can implement with your family and your kids as far as practicing nutrition, healthier food choices. That way you can, in the future they can, have healthier lives and, avoid having these heart problems, high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and other health concerns that are related to obesity. So in conclusion, I hope that you have learned that not only is America facing other problems, but obesity is one of the biggest problems that are usually overlooked. You know, with more gas prices rising, a lot of other political, stuff going on within the U.S., obesity tends to be pushed under the rug or forgotten about, and it's something that we must pay attention to, for future reference, because it will be a problem in the near future, and it's good that we, address it now and, try to prevent it from happening, so that later on down the road we're not, we're not face to face with some surprise. So I hope you found this informative, and next time that you're out shopping with the family or out to eat, you tend to make healthier food choices and stay away from more processed, unhealthy types of foods.